Roseanne just revealed who was behind her being fired. There's hell to pay by the conservative Jew for rwnofficial.com. On Wednesday, Roseanne Barr tweeted that she might actually fight ABC's move to cancel her show after an offensive tweet for which she apologized for. Good for her. But what was also very interesting and not far-fetched at all was the fact that she appeared to endorse the idea that former First Lady Michelle Obama could have been behind her firing. All this came about when ABC announced that it would be canceling her #1 rated show, Roseanne, after Barr sent out a controversial tweet about Barack Obama's top White House aide and friend Valerie Jarrett. Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals Valerie Jarrett, Barr wrote. But on Wednesday, Barr continued by tweeting that the positive feedback she has been receiving from people who support her has emboldened her efforts to combat ABC. Barr said she is going to examine all of her options and fight back. You guys make me feel like fighting back. I will examine all of my options carefully and get back to you. It's not an outlandish conspiracy theory that the former First Lady actually did have a hand in the canceling of Roseanne, since the Obamas have their greasy hands in all of popular culture. And now that's even more apparent since they now have a multi-million-dollar contract to produce media for Netflix, which the globalist George Soros has a heavy stake in. What did I say? There it is. So, Josh Cornett here breaking, according to sources, ABC President Channing Dungey had a long conversation via phone with former First Lady Michelle Obama before deciding to cancel the Roseanne show. Michelle Obama was reportedly enraged and insisted an apology was inadequate. Developing. Yeah, the witch. I'll call her a witch again. Barr's tweet was offensive, no doubt about that, but if we go by the standard, why hasn't ABC pulled a plug on The View yet? Keep in mind that what Barr said was on her own Twitter feed and on her own time. The women on The View take the platform of the show to go after Christianity and pretty much anything on the right side of the political spectrum. Yeah, but who's paying them? What did I say? Look, these people would not be on television if it wasn't for George Soros funding. How could CNN stay in business when they have the lowest ratings? These people, only idiots would watch these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yesterday, The View became a hot topic when the vice president made these comments. Take a look.
Well, I heard about it. I didn't see it. To have ABC maintain a broadcast forum that compared Christianity to mental illness is just wrong. And it's an insult not to me, but to the vast majority of the American people who, like me, cherish their faith.
Now, he says he did not see it, he did hear about it. But so in case you missed it, take a look at what happened.
It's one thing to talk to Jesus. It's another thing when Jesus talks to you.
Exactly. That's different.
Mental illness, if I'm not correct. I'm hearing voices.
You know, Joy, as a Christian, that's just par for the course. You talk to Jesus, Jesus talks back.
We turned it into a discussion about the criticism of value voters in this country, a criticism of Mike Pence and his faith. Jesus speaking to him, you saying that, I think Jesus speaks to me every morning because
This is the beauty about Jesus. We don't have to get mad about it because Jesus defends himself.
Notice no clapping when she says that. Do you see how they hold up signs or phony clapping? Listen to this. Like usually people would clap with that.
This is the beauty about Jesus. We don't have to get mad about it because Jesus defends himself.
Wait, sorry about that.
Jesus speaks to me every morning because
This is the beauty about Jesus. We don't have to get mad about it because Jesus defends himself.
You see just take a listen when the clapping is going to start.
And his religiosity and everything else, I don't think that he's mentally ill, even though he says he is hearing voices.
So, I'm going to put the question to you, Joy.
Yeah.
Do you think Christians are mentally ill?
Well, I mean, that would make me mentally ill since I'm a Christian myself. I would make my mother mentally ill, my father, my aunts, my daughter.
I thought she was Jewish.
This girl here, you. I mean, of course not. Of course not. I don't mean to offend people, but apparently I keep doing it. I mean, it's like, it was a joke. Comedians are in danger these days.
Well, let's talk about this, because one of the things I want to sort of break it down. Let's take this out of the realm of ABC. This is a show that has had great relationships with all kinds of leaders of different religions. We sit with each other. We don't always agree, and
No.
we listen. We do make jokes. It is what happens on this show. You don't have to agree with what we're doing. You don't even have to like it, but you have to understand that it does happen.
Yeah.
Now, to call us intolerant or to call out ABC, let's get rid of that, because ABC we know is tolerant of everyone. They have Sunday nights with Joel
Austin.
Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
You know, so
Notice they
we
don't
that
know.
they're fine with that. But the
Notice they don't know the name of anybody, you know?
idea that this show is not tolerant of other people's religious beliefs, I find a little hard.
Also, to imply that I'm a Christian, I give money to the church.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I actually help Christians with my pocketbook. So I'm not insulting Christians.
I was surprised
Can
that
I jump in on this? Because I will say, first of all, Joy, thank you for saying this, because I think it's important for you to recognize that so many people were upset and offended. And I do know that there's going to be a point in time when I probably say something on the show that gets everybody riled up. It's the nature of live television and a discussion like this. I've had a very hard time the last 2 days with this. My in-laws are evangelical. My entire family are devoutly Christian. If you watch the segment, I'm so uncomfortable. I think Sherry even made a comment about how uncomfortable I looked at the time. And I think we're living in incredibly divisive times right now. We all know that. But I think as a Republican, I feel like sometimes liberals say, we need to be tolerant of everyone, we need to be tolerant of everyone, except pro-lifers, except Trump supporters, except gun owners, except for everyone in the red in the middle of the country.
I think I'm going to stop you, because that's not actually true, and I don't want to.
Here, you notice they're clapping. Notice that they're all ready to attack Meghan McCain. And you see Meghan is a little bit nervous speaking out against 4 bats. Or what did they call her? The hags of the View.
Stopping you for a reason, because we don't want to talk about liberals and what they're doing.
But,
just because I'm trying to get out of this, because this is what they've asked me to do. So if you can do it.
You saw Meghan. You see, and look at this one. She realizes Meghan's like rolling her eyes.
Quickly.
Yes, I would like to move forward. I think we would all like to collectively move forward. I am a great admirer of Mike Pence and his family. I would like to apologize to him and his family in particular. This is a show where we respect one another and we respect everyone else in the country.
We also have a First Amendment going on in this country.
And I just want to say,
Look at her
since I'm on
arrogance.
this show,
Oh,
I've
this
been very
one,
open
too.
about being Catholic. I've been very open about being pro-life, and while I have been challenged in those views, I've always been respected by the ladies of this show. Always, always, always. And the notion that we're intolerant is just not true.
Okay, we'll be right back.
So what did she say? The notion that we're intolerant is just not true? So she already put down whatever Meghan was saying, you know? And Whoopi is the, I don't even know what to call her. Anyway, if it's indeed true that Michelle Obama had a hand in the firing of Roseanne Barr, then we are indeed living through terrifying times. It is true. And it's high time we wake up by boycotting Netflix and ABC. Yeah, but it is, we are living through horrid, because of Obama spreading divisiveness in this country. I've never experienced this till Obama, coming out. Here is more on the situation from Bustle. Shortly after ABC canceled her sitcom revival, Barr tweeted a theory from Twitter user The Real Cornet that an enraged Michelle Obama had convinced ABC President Channing Dungey to cancel Roseanne. The tweet speculated that Obama was unsatisfied with a mere apology, and why don't they just say Michelle Obama? And wanted ABC to go one step further by canceling Barr's show. Barr subsequently replied to the Real Cornette asking if the theory was true and suggesting that it was actually fake. Really? She proceeded to ask her followers for sources that would confirm Obama's involvement in her show's cancellation, and it did not appear to receive any. However, Barr concluded her Twitter comments about the theory with another retweet. This one suggested that it would not be surprising if Obama had been involved, especially if Michelle was involved, especially after the attention the Obamas' new Netflix deal received. Barr recently mocked the Obamas over the Netflix deal, and her retweet suggests that Obama is now responding in kind. Yeah, but that's, they could have insulted her, but not to get her fired. I mean, really? That's playing real dirty. In addition to those theories about Michelle, Barr has also tweeted a number of other responses to her fans, followers, and ABC. In one tweet following her sitcom's cancellation, Barr insisted that she has never been and never will be racist, and argued that she had made a single stupid joke, a lifetime of fighting for civil rights and for all minorities during a long night of tweeting. Barr expressed her apologies to Jarrett multiple times and denounced what she described as her terrible mistake. However, Barr returned to Twitter on Wednesday in a much more combative spirit. The New York Times reported she retweeted numerous statements of support, one of which came from Donald Trump, who wondered why ABC had apologized to Jarrett for Barr's comments, but not to him for the horrible statements made and said about me on the network. Barr and Trump have often supported each other in the past, and the New York Times reported that the revival of Roseanne was a strategy by network executives to attract larger audiences in light of Trump's elected victory. In a series of replies to her Twitter followers, Barr argued that diversity is not allowed on the left, and she retweeted arguments from fans who believe that ABC went too far by canceling Roseanne. Was it a major overreaction to end Roseanne's show? Is there an obvious double standard going on? Yes, because we play by the rules and they play dirty. Yeah, and then they claim to be all righteous and everything, but in their hearts, they're not. You could see the arrogance when Bayer here, speaks, and she gives those smirky looks. Look at her. She looks remorseful.
It's another thing when Jesus talks to you.
Exactly.
Mental illness, if I'm not correct. I'm hearing voices.
Joy, as a Christian,
right here.
Even though he says he is hearing voices.
So, I'm going to put the question to you.
You see? Right here, look.
Of course not. Of course not. I don't mean to offend people, but apparently I keep doing it.
Yeah, no remorse.
It was a joke. Comedians are in danger these days.
Well, let's
Look at her.
talk about this.
Yeah, you see? The arrogance, this is what I'm saying. It's a double standard. Conservatives don't get fair treatment because that's what Obama was trying to do. Corner the markets of everything. He infiltrated the government. He infiltrated show business. He infiltrated all the spots because he had help from Soros, you see, to do all this infiltrating. And the pack of idiots that follow these people, it's just but they indoctrinate them in the schools, you see? That's what's going on. It is so it's such a big plot that you don't even realize, and saying, what? When did all this take place? Well, while we were sleeping. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.